Ever found yourself like 3 hours deep into a Netflix binge and you suddenly think, how did I even get here?
Oh, yeah,
It's almost kind of spooky how well it seems to know exactly what you want to watch, like it's reading your mind.
totally. And that feeling, that Netflix is perfectly tailor-made just for you, that's not magic or a crystal ball.
Right.
It's actually some really, really clever artificial intelligence humming away behind the scenes.
Ooh, okay.
So today, yeah, we're doing a deep dive into how AI is fundamentally reshaping entertainment and Netflix. It's like Exhibit A.
Exactly. And we're drawing on this really insightful article from Kenton Patterson over at Future Tech-Wise. He's a tech enthusiast based in New Zealand, I think.
That's the one.
And he just breaks down the nuts and bolts of it all brilliantly. So think of this as our mission to explore his findings.
Yeah, let's unpack it.
Uncover just how much AI is pulling the strings on our couch time.
And our mission for this deep dive is pretty straightforward, really. We want to understand the key ways AI is powering your Netflix experience.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe more importantly, what that signals about the future of how we all consume entertainment.
Okay, let's get into it then. What is that secret sauce? The thing that keeps us glued, hitting next episode?
Well, Kenton's article makes a great point. Obviously, the shows themselves are huge, right? The content matters.
Of course.
But it argues that how Netflix delivers that content is just as critical to their success. It's not just what they have, but how they serve it up.
Ah, the delivery.
But precisely, it's that whole on-demand, immersive thing that feels like it's built around you.
Yeah.
You watch what you want, when you want, binge it fast, watch it slow.
Yeah.
That feeling that it just understands you.
That intuitive connection.
That's not just luck. That's the AI working hard, learning from everything. It's not just what you watch, but when. Like,
Yeah.
are you watching high-energy action at 2 a.m. or low-key comedies on Sunday afternoon?
Okay, so it's picking up on patterns beyond just genre.
Exactly. It infers things about your habits, maybe even your mood or energy levels at different times.
Right. Constantly learning from every click, every pause, every binge. So what are the big benefits we actually see from all this AI stuff Netflix uses?
Okay, well, the most obvious one, the one you probably notice most, is the hyper-personalized recommendations.
The recommendation engine, yeah.
Right. The AI algorithms are just constantly crunching this mountain of data.
Mm-hmm.
Your watch history, sure, but also how you interact with the platform, what you rate highly, what you abandon after 5 minutes,
Even the time of day you mentioned.
even the time of day.
Yeah.
It builds this incredibly detailed profile of your tastes.
So it's way more sophisticated than just people who watched X also watched Y.
Oh, much more. The goal here is to cut down on that, what they call decision fatigue, the endless scrolling.
Yes, the scroll of doom.
Exactly. By putting stuff in front of you that it's pretty confident you'll like, Netflix boosts your satisfaction, keeps you engaged, keeps you subscribed. It's like having that perfect video store clerk who just knew your taste.
That makes total sense. But the AI isn't just recommending things, is it? The article mentioned it plays a role in deciding what shows even get made or bought.
Yes. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Netflix uses AI to spot emerging trends in viewing habits.
How? Like, what kind of trends?
Well, and see if there's a growing appetite for, say, Korean dramas, or maybe historical documentaries, or sci-fi with strong female leads. It analyzes viewer sentiment around genres, themes, even specific actors.
Wow.
So this data becomes this kind of compass guiding their huge investments in original content and acquisitions, and helps them bet on the right horses, so to speak.
So it's like data informing the creative process, giving creators hints about what audiences might be hungry for.
Precisely. It's not replacing writers or directors, not at all. It's more about empowering them, giving them insights from the audience data to help their stories connect, find those niches maybe human intuition might miss.
Okay, interesting. Now, something else the article highlighted, something we probably all just take for granted, is the smooth streaming quality. How does AI help there?
This is a really clever bit of behind-the-scenes tech. The AI is constantly monitoring your specific internet connection speed in real time.
Okay.
And it also knows the device you're watching on your phone, your laptop, your big screen TV. Based on that, it dynamically adjusts the video quality, the bitrate.
To avoid buffering.
Exactly. To give you the smoothest possible playback, even if your connection is a bit flaky or you're on a mobile network. It prioritizes uninterrupted viewing over maybe the absolute highest resolution for a few seconds.
Ah, okay. That explains why it's generally so reliable.
Yeah.
Now, This next bit from the article genuinely surprised me. Personalized thumbnail.
Yes. This is subtle, but really powerful.
Yeah.
Netflix doesn't show everyone the same picture, the same artwork for a movie or a show.
Wait, really?
Seriously. The AI looks at your viewing history and preferences to figure out which image is most likely to catch your eye and make you click play.
No way. So, like, if I watch a lot of thrillers, I might see a darker, more suspenseful image for, say, Stranger Things, while someone who watches more teen drama might see an image focused on the younger cast for the same show.
Exactly that.
Right.
It's tailoring the visual marketing down to the individual level.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild visual curation when you think about it.
That is wild. It
Yeah.
explains why my wife's Netflix looks slightly different from mine sometimes, even for the same titles.
It's a perfect example of that deep personalization.
Okay, and one more benefit mentioned. User retention, predicting churn. Sounds a bit Big Brother-ish.
Well, from a business perspective, it makes sense. They want to keep subscribers happy, right?
Right.
So the AI analyzes usage patterns.
Yeah.
Is someone watching less? Are they skipping recommendations more often? Are they finishing fewer shows? It looks for signals that might indicate someone's thinking of canceling. And then they can try to proactively re-engage that user. Maybe highlight a new show they think you'll love based on your profile, or sometimes even offer a special deal. It's about trying to keep you in the ecosystem.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've seen what AI does for the Netflix experience. Let's peek under the hood a bit. What kinds of AI are actually doing the work here?
Right. So Netflix employs a whole toolkit of AI techniques. At the foundation, you've got things like machine learning or ML, and its more complex cousin, deep learning, which uses these things called neural networks.
Those are the big buzzwords, yeah.
They are. Think of them as the engines driving a lot of this. Deep learning especially is good at finding really complex patterns in massive data sets, like understanding viewing habits.
Okay, basics covered. What about more specific methods the article mentioned?
A key one for recommendations is collaborative filtering, and also something called matrix factorization.
Collaborative filtering. That sounds like what you said earlier, grouping similar users.
Exactly. It finds users who have similar tastes to you. If people who liked the same weird sci-fi shows you liked also loved a certain fantasy series you haven't seen, the AI flags that series for you.
It's like crowdsourcing recommendations from people like me.
You got it. It leverages the wisdom of the crowd. Then there's natural language processing, NLP.
NLP, the article mentioned that for analyzing text, like reviews and subtitles.
Yes. NLP helps the AI understand human language. It can analyze mountains of user reviews to gauge sentiment, identify trending topics or themes in what people are saying about shows. It can even analyze scripts.
To understand storytelling trends.
Potentially, yeah. Understanding what narrative elements resonate.
And computer vision. I assume that's for the thumbnails we talked about.
That's a big part of it. Computer vision lets the AI see and analyze images and video. It identifies scenes, characters, objects, figures out which visuals might appeal most to different audience segments for those personalized thumbnails.
Makes sense.
It's also used behind the scenes for things like tagging scenes or analyzing content quality.
Okay, and the last one mentioned was reinforcement learning. That sounds dynamic.
It is. Reinforcement learning is about algorithms that learn through trial and error, kind of like training a pet.
How does that work for Netflix?
Well, the AI might try showing you a slightly different interface layout or a new type of recommendation. If you interact positively with it, click the recommendation, spend more time on the app, the AI gets a reward signal and learns that was a good move.
And if I ignore it?
It learns that it didn't work and tries something different next time. It's constantly experimenting and optimizing based on real-time user feedback to improve the experience.
Fascinating. Okay, let's switch gears slightly. Subtitles, an area where accessibility is key, and the article confirms AI is a big player.
A huge player. AI has really revolutionized how quickly and accurately Netflix can offer subtitles and dubbing in so many languages. It's essential for their global reach.
How specifically? What's the AI doing?
Well, automated translation and transcription are major uses. Machine learning models are now pretty good at generating initial subtitle drafts from audio or translating existing ones.
Speeding things up massively, I bet.
Dramatically. Especially for getting shows out globally on day one. Then there's voice recognition and speech-to-text technology.
For creating the initial transcript.
Exactly. Turning the spoken dialogue into text, even if there's background noise or multiple speakers, it forms the basis for the subtitles.
But AI translation isn't always perfect, right?
No, not yet. And that's where AI-powered quality assurance tools come in. They can automatically scan subtitles to flag potential problems, timing issues, grammatical errors, maybe even inconsistencies in translation compared to the source. It helps human reviewers catch errors faster.
So humans are still very much involved in checking the quality.
They're absolutely. For nuance, cultural context, accuracy, human oversight is still vital. But AI handles a lot of the heavy lifting.
And the article even mentioned personalizing the subtitle experience.
Yeah, this is more exploratory, I think, but really interesting. Looking into letting users customize things like the font, the size, maybe even the reading speed of the subtitles based on their preferences or needs.
That could be great for accessibility.
Definitely. Tailoring it even further to the individual viewer.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in the tech, the algorithms, but Kenton's article makes a really important point about the human side of all this.
It does, and it's a point worth emphasizing. The narrative around AI is often about replacement, but here it's framed as enhancement.
Right. AI isn't writing the scripts or directing the actors.
No, it's amplifying human creativity. It's a tool that helps creators understand their audience better, helps connect stories with the people who will love them across borders and languages.
Helping people, as the article puts it, laugh, cry, learn, dream together. That's quite a positive spin.
It is. And I think Netflix, as analyzed in the article, serves as a powerful example of AI being used not just for efficiency, but to empower and entertain on a massive scale.
So wrapping up our deep dive then, the big takeaway is that AI isn't just some futuristic concept for Netflix. It's deeply, deeply embedded.
Right. It's in the recommendations you get, the smoothness of the stream, the artwork you see, even the subtitles you read. It's working constantly to make the experience more personal, more seamless.
In ways we probably don't even consciously notice most of the time.
Exactly. And it definitely makes you pause and think, doesn't it? How else is AI quietly shaping your entertainment, your music playlists, your news feeds?
Yeah, where else is this kind of personalization happening? It's a good question. The article leaves us with this really powerful final thought.
Mm-hmm.
Viewing Netflix as a kind of beacon of what's possible when innovation is used not to replace us, but to understand us better.
That's a great quote to end on, a really compelling way to think about it. And as the article cheekily concludes, that idea itself is something worth binge watching, from a
Oh,
knowledge perspective, of course.
definitely food for thought.